Alright guys, got the old Sega Master System out, and well, one cool thing you gotta love about Sega is their standards for everything. And here I got my Sega Genesis out, and I'm just gonna take my Sega Genesis controller, stick that in the Sega Master System. I'm gonna take my Sega Genesis power adapter, and I'm gonna stick that in the Sega Master System. And I'm going to take my Sega Genesis AV cables, and I'm going to stick that in the Sega Master System. Now how you like that for simple? But anyways, got the old Commodore 64 monitor out here. Uh-oh, you saw it. Don't look. I've got something special for the Sega Master System, and that's why I'm making a big stink about the Sega Master System today, because I am very happy to get the Sega Master System out, because I've got a special game thanks to SuperDan88. Big thanks to SuperDan88. Hopefully you didn't catch it already, but if you already did, here we go. Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Master System. I am so very lucky to have this sent to me for free. He's in the UK, I'm in Canada, and he sent me these games for free. They were extra copies that he had, and wanted me to have them. So anyways, what's so special about this? Well, this is the last Sega Master System game that was released for the Sega Master System in North America. This was the last North American release for the Sega Master System. Now this happens to be the PAL version. This is the European version. You can see on the back it's got like English, German, French. So this is, you know, a PAL version. But the nice thing about the Sega Master System is there's no region coding in it. So it doesn't matter if this is the PAL version. I was going to play on, you know, a North American system. So here's the cartridge, and it looks really no different than one of ours. In fact, I can't see anything on here indicating that it is, you know, a special region. So, you know, this could be just the exact same cartridge. You know, maybe just the different languages on the back of the box. Would be the only difference. So this was the last game released in North America for the Sega Master System, but it was not the last Sega Master System game. Now, I've mentioned this before, the Sega Master System didn't do so well in North America, but it was very popular in Europe and South America. And there were many more Sega Master System games to come. There was many more Sonic games to come. So there's actually a lot more Sonic the Hedgehog games for the Sega Master System, just not released in North America. Oddly enough, in Canada there may have been, because some retailers in Canada continued to sell European copies of Sega Master System games. So that is pretty damn unique, and I'm just going to screw my little mounty thing to the bottom of the camera here, and that will allow me to use the tripod. And I'm going to do this video Luke Morse style. I'm not going to use screen capture, I'm just going to use any video editing, and we're just going to set the camera up, and we're going to turn the lights off. Just a little bit, get a better view. And how do you like that? Doesn't see that the game's inserted. Once again, gotta love the cartridge-based system. Making me look like an ass. better work this time, damn you. There we go. Now, I've mentioned it before that this version of Sonic the Hedgehog is identical to the Sega Master to the Game Gear version. Find the volume knob on this thing. And that's because the Game Gear shares very similar hardware to the Sega Master System, and many Sega Master System games were ports to the Game Gear. The main difference is the higher resolution, and what that means is that you can actually see more on the screen at a time, which is helpful in a Sonic game when you're moving fast. You can see that little bit extra ahead of you. You know, because it's a little bit more resolution, so you can see a little bit more on the screen at a time compared to the Game Gear version. And that's the case with a lot of Game Gear ports, basically all the Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear ports. Now when you get hit, the coins don't go all flying all over the place like they do on the Genesis version. Obviously this is the 8-bit version, it's not really comparing to the Genesis version technically, and no bonus round for me. There's no, there's no multi-layer scrolling, parallax scrolling, which was a really nice effect on the Genesis version. And when you get hit in the Genesis version, it's obvious that you lose your coins because they all go flying. What the hell? They all go flying all over the place. And it's not happening in this version. When you get hit, you don't see all the coins go flying all over the place, and that may have been too hard to pull off on the Sega Master System.
Here we go. I'm just going to switch over to full screen mode, finish the video like this. And I did forget to mention that this game came out in October of 1991. So shortly after the 16-bit Genesis version, the 8-bit Sega Master System and Game Gear version followed. And it does need to be said that this game looks and sounds awesome. They did a really good job on the Sega Master System, and you know, it really shows off how good the Sega Master System was, because of course a lot of people don't realize how good it was. It wasn't very popular, and you know, a lot of people think it doesn't hold a candle to the NES, when in fact it might actually be slightly, you know, superior from a technical standpoint. And there just weren't a lot of games maybe that people saw that showed that. This is definitely one of them. I think this is a great looking game for, you know, for an 8-bit era game. And it looks great on the Sega Master System, and the music is actually really good too. Of course, compared to the Genesis version, you are missing, you know, like the parallax scrolling, and like I said, the coins don't go flying out when you get hit. Whether that was a technical thing or not, I'm not sure, but it does hinder the gameplay, because you get hit once in this one and you lose all your coins. You can get one back. But you know, on the Genesis, I'm invisible right now. That's so weird. It's, you know, the refresh rate of the flashing with the frames matching up. But yeah, when you get hit in this and only one coin comes out, you know, it was nice on the Genesis when you got hit and, you know, 10 coins might go flying out, and you'd want to try and get as many of them back as you could. But other than that, you know, other than the lack of the parallax scrolling, you know, that multi-layered scrolling that, you know, really was awesome looking on the Genesis. You know, and obviously there's a little more color, you know, and there's more color in Sonic, but I mean, overall, for what we're talking about, it's a great looking game. And I'm not going to show a lot of levels in this because I've already done the Game Gear version. If you want to see more of the levels from this game, because they are different from the Genesis version, check out my Game Gear review, and see you later.